And now, ladies and gentlemen, we present the entrance of the defending champion. Aquí está el gran campeón mexicano, Julio Cesar Chavez.
Voz de la guitarra mía, al despertar la mañana, quiere cantar su alegría a mi tierra mexicana. Yo le canto a sus volcanes, a sus praderas y flores, que son como talismanes del amor de mis amores. México lindo y querido, si muero lejos de ti, que digan que estoy dormido y que me traigan aquí, que digan que estoy dormido y que me traigan aquí. México lindo y querido, si muero lejos de
Thank you, Roy Guerra from Mexico. Julio Cesar Chavez in the ring as we take a look at the figures, the tail of the tape. Chavez at age 31 is 1 year younger than Randall. The 1.5-inch height advantage for Randall. Chavez 140 and Randall 140. And a slight reach advantage for Randall. And to the WBC rules for this championship fight. 10-point must system, 3 scoring judges, no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop the fight, and a fighter cannot be saved by the bell except in the last round. Here we go. We're closing in on Julio Cesar Chavez versus Frankie Randall for the WBC Super Lightweight Championship, our main event. Let's go back to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to rise for the singing of the national anthems. First, on behalf of the defending champion, we shall begin with the national anthem of Mexico. To lead us, please welcome the special invited guest of the champion from Culiacan, Sinaloa, Dagoberto Borrego de Chavez.
Mexicanos al grito de guerra, el acero aprestad y el bridón, y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. Y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. Ciño patria, tus sienes de oliva, de la paz el arcángel divino, en el cielo tu eterno destino, por el dedo de Dios escribió. Mas si osare un extraño enemigo, profanaré con su planta tu suelo. Pienso patria querida, el cielo, un soldado en cada hijo te dio, un soldado en cada hijo te dio. Mexicanos al grito de guerra, el acero aprestad y el bridón, y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. Y retiembla en su centro la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. Gracias.
Thank you very much, Dagoberto Borrego de Chavez. Please remain standing, ladies and gentlemen, for the national anthem of the United States. Now, to lead us, please welcome the talented Duncook recording artist. Have it a hand for the CGC Coasters.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the rampart we watched was so gallantly free, and the rocket's red glare, the bomb bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you very much to the Dunkirk recording artist, CGC Coasters. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the grand opening and the premiere of the boxing program here at the MGM Grand Garden in Las Vegas, Nevada. It is time for the main event of the evening in this, the Super Grand Slam of Boxing, brought to you by Don King Productions and King Vision, in association with SET Pay-Per-View and La Cerveza Más Fina Corona Beer, along with the world's largest hotel, casino, and theme park, the MGM Grand. This bout is sanctioned by the World Boxing Council. The president is Jose Suleiman, supervising Juan Jose Sanchez, along with the Nevada State Athletic Commission, the chairman, Dr. Elias Ghanem, commissioners, Nat Carasali, Bruce Lane, Luther Mack, and Dr. James Nave. The executive director is Mark Ratner. Physicians at ringside, Dr. Flip Pomansky, Dr. Al Cabana, Dr. James Game. Timekeepers at the bell, also keeping count of the knockdowns, Jane Broadfoot and Al Bisek. Introducing to you the judges at ringside. Abraham Chavarria, Chuck Jumpa, and Angel Luis Guzman. All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, it's showtime. The WBC Super Lightweight Championship of the world, scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Introducing the referee in charge of this bout, Richard Steele. Introducing to you first the challenger on my left, fighting out of the blue corner. He enters the ring wearing teal trunks with white trim and hailing from Morristown, Tennessee. He weighed in at an even 140 pounds, and his record includes 48 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, with 39 big wins coming by way of knockout. He is currently the #1 WBC Super Lightweight contender. Please welcome tonight's challenger, known as Frankie, the Surgeon Randall. And his opponent across the ring on my right is the defending champion, fighting out of the red corner, really needing no introduction the world over. Wearing blue trunks with white trim, fighting out of and representing Culiacan, Sinaloa, Mexico. He weighed in the same weight of 140 pounds. His record represents the longest undefeated streak in boxing today with 89 wins. No losses, 1 draw, 77 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the 5-time world champion in 3 weight divisions. Please welcome one of boxing's great champions, the current WBC Super Lightweight Champion of the world. Demos la bienvenida al gran campeón mexicano, introducing Julio Cesar Chavez. Once again, here's your referee in charge. Now to give instructions, Richard Steele.
Okay, I spoke to both fighters in the dressing room. I'm going to caution them again. Obey my commands at all times. Shake hands. Good luck.
Here we go, the main event. for the WBC Super Lightweight Championship, Julio Cesar Chavez, 89-0-1 with 77 knockouts. Over his 13-plus year career, 5 world titles in 3 different weight categories. Frankie Randall, the challenger, comes out in the teal. He told us yesterday he sees Chavez, despite his history of deliberate starts, coming right out and jumping all over him. He says he'll try to avoid Chavez's famous body shots by countering back, adding, I've got a good body attack myself. He must also be on the lookout for Chavez's masterful left hook.
Well, Chavez did come right at him, looking to dig a left hook to the body and pressuring him, starting much quicker than he has in the past. This is the way he started the Whitaker fight. Maybe he feels he needs to make a little bit of a change.
Randall told us that he learned from the Chavez-Whitaker fight that Chavez has difficulty against boxing abilities. Therefore, Randall says, I'll be constantly moving side to side, jabbing, throwing combinations, and trying to dictate the fight. He said, plus, I've got a surprise. We'll have to wait and see what that's all about.
Well, he wouldn't tell us what the surprise is. Not that we would tell anyone.
It wouldn't be a surprise.
Surprise is going to last 3 rounds.
All right.
That's a surprise.
The voice of
No, I mean, that's his surprise. I mean, I think he's a capable fighter, and if he chooses to move around, he can make this a nice long fight. But he looks a little cold to me. He looks like a little impressed with where he's at. He's never had a big major fight. He's never operated in an operating suite like this.
Looks like he operated in an operating room, though, by his garb. He came in dressed like a surgeon, stealing some thunder from the real fight doctor, sitting here at ringside.
Right now he's fighting a very smart fight. He's not wasting a lot of energy. He's not getting too excited with the moment that's upon him. He's landing some good jabs, a couple of combinations, and Chavez has not figured him out just yet, but it doesn't take long.
I noticed when Chavez came into the ring,
Nice low blow.
and Frankie Randall refused to look. He looked the other way. He didn't want to be intimidated. Randall has barely broken a sweat. It was a right uppercut by Randall. He says my skills are still sharp. I can run with the 22-year-olds, and my defense is good. I think he's got going for him. He never has really absorbed any real beating in his career, which is a major plus coming into this kind of fight with Chavez.
Except by Father Time, 33 years old.
Obviously, the offense is what wins the fight, but defensively, it's going to be a real big question. Can he keep that big body assault and then that head and body combination stuff that Chavez is always throwing? Can he keep it off him? Right now, he's not doing a bad job. I think he's winning the round, but it's real early.
Chavez says that Randall works right into my style, right into my hip pocket, because he'll come after me. Randall's style, says Julio, very different from Whitaker's. Final seconds of round 1.
Another low blow by Chavez. 2 or 3 in a row, and the referee has said no.
Pásame el agua. El agua. Ponle vaselina. No te quedes tanto. Entra un poquito más, que estás un poquito fuera de distancia, y entra con la izquierda. No entres a pegar. Entra con la mano izquierda rápida y combina la derecha
Some
enseguida.
instruction by Buffalo about going in with the left, and that he's taking it too easy, that he let the guy take the round away from him by being too busy, and now step it up, get started, and to go in with the left. That's his main thing.
El gancho izquierda, ¿viste? Lo metiste arriba.
Like that. Get in the inside, keep countering. And let your back on the rope. Doing all right? Yeah, man. Am I getting hit over the right hand? No, you're good.
I think you won that round.
All right, you won that round.
You won that one, Frankie.
I agree with him. He did win the round. He did more, and Chavez did precious little except some low blows and some body shots. So now comes the time to get started with Chavez time.
Round 2. What about Frankie Randall's punch? How would you compare it with Pernell Whitaker's?
Oh, I think he punches hard, but the competition was such you can't make the comparison. I think Pernell punches harder than him, but the competition is such that you couldn't compare it. If Pernell was fighting his competition, he'd knock them all out.
I'll tell you, I think the comparison of the speed and the power are real close. Pernell is a better fighter. I think there's no question about that. Frankie Randall, I think, has just a bit more power on his shots. I think Pernell relies on his speed. Look at the combinations he's hitting Chavez with.
And some good shots here by Frankie Randall.
He got more than just his attention with that one, Steve.
Combination by Randall to the head, and Chavez says, come on, bring it on.
Well, that was the surprise. He might have said he's got some combinations. He said he learned a lot from the Whitaker fight, and he's certainly applying some of those principles right now.
Very impressive display here in the second round by the challenger, Frankie Randall.
That was the right hand that Whitaker used so effectively to come over and land flush all fight long. There it was again, another low blow right that time by Randall.
Randall's confidence sky high right now with this second round display.
You know, the straight left hand that Whitaker did throw down the pipe landed a lot, and maybe that's what Randall sees just from the other side, not being a southpaw, but it is getting home a lot.
Quick left hand by Chavez, but a glancing blow, and back comes Randall. And Chavez missing.
Something that's going to be key too is, especially Randall's going to get hit. He's going to get hit good. Will his chin hold up? Does he have a good chin to withstand that type of onslaught?
Well, you got to give Randall an A+ so far. He's been fighting his fight. He's first. He's outspeeding and outslicking Julio Cesar Chavez.
And it has been a surprise. That is the surprise of Frankie Randall at this point.
You know what else Randall's doing that's real good? Every time Chavez hits him in the side with that hook, he fires an uppercut. He fires a hook. He fires a right hand. He won't let Chavez get a head of steam up. He won't let him get one without taking. He'll let him get one without getting one back.
And another barrage to the head by Frankie Randall. But so hard to penetrate the cranium, the head of Julio Cesar Chavez.
And Chavez throws from all angles and never stops. Still, Randall is out fighting him in this second round and out punching him.
Randall has only one win over a name opponent 12 months ago. He stopped Edwin Rosario in the 7th, avenging a loss to Rosario 8 years earlier. As we head for the bell, round 2.
You're in the third round now, Frank. Getting ready to go in the third round. Start feinting this way and go back that way, all right? And step in with your left jab. Don't be going back flicking, all right? So open your round up with a lot of jabs like you did the first round. Fake that way and go this way. Don't forget about that low angle when you walk away from it, all right?
That's good advice. Let's see how he puts it into action. Here's that jab, and let's watch how he works off the jab. There's the hand, the right hand. That's what Whitaker did, only from the other side, as Bobby points out. And that was there all the time.
But what he's not doing here, he's not just letting Chavez work his winning punch. As soon as Chavez throws one, he lands one back. He throws one back. Chavez throws one, there's his jab back in his face. Chavez comes in, he backs up to the ropes. Here he started to hold him, but he's been counter-punching, and that's something that Whitaker also was effective with.
Well, by now, Chavez must understand that he's in with a fighter that doesn't respect him that much and knows he can hit him and hit him hard. So this ought to change the tempo of the fight this third round if Chavez has any way to figure out the elusive Frankie Randall, who's been having a pretty good fight this far.
Round 3 scheduled for 12. Julio Cesar Chavez, arguably the best finisher in the sport of boxing. The only problem is he's having problems getting started here against Frankie Randall.
He's always been a slow starter. For Julio's sake, let's hope he didn't sell Frankie Randall short, because he's having a problem right now, a serious one.
And he's having the same problem he had with Whitaker. He's being outthought, outslicked.
Even in the first 2 rounds of the Whitaker fight, I gave the first 2 rounds to Chavez, and then Whitaker started to make a move. Here, I've given the first 2 to Randall. So the move has to come a little sooner for Chavez now.
Ironic, Chavez almost surgical-like with his pinpoint precision over the years, but right now, he is being beaten, in our eyes, by the surgeon, Frankie Randall. And Randall comes through again with a left hook.
3 or 4 unanswered punches. That's the kind of stuff that he was doing with Whitaker. That Chavez was doing. He was taking the punches, kind of waiting. Reflexes a little bit slower than Frankie Randall.
Midway through the third.
I could be wrong, but I'll bet you dollars to donuts that Frankie Randall not only watched, the Whitaker Chavez tape. He watched the Mildred Taylor tape. I see him digging the same left hook that Mildred did in the body, and Chavez is not enjoying it too much.
And that's a fight that Richard Steele worked. Richard Steele involved in that controversial, what many call premature stoppage, Chavez and Taylor. And then Tyson Ruddock won.
Well, the low blows are raining on Chavez from Randall. Chavez seems curiously disinterested in getting into this fight. He certainly is sleeping through the first 3 rounds. What's the matter with him?
It's a little awkward in there. There's that left jab, very effective. Is he playing possum or is he in trouble?
We talked about Chavez Whitaker, that it wasn't the Chavez we knew. Even though he pressed the fight and he worked it hard, He didn't have the same things, not the same speed, not the same reaction, not the same ability to absorb. Here, I think I see him again. It may be all over.
Chavez almost looks confused, but he comes back combination, doesn't seem to affect Randall, who countered nicely.
Well, Randall's got the plan to beat him, unless Chavez wakes up and says, okay, now I better start taking command. He will beat him that way. But, I mean, you know, it's a long way to go here. It's only 3 rounds.
A ver, ese vocal. Hay que usar más esa manita izquierda, ¿eh? Estás muy vago, hay que trabajar, ¿eh?
He just said what we said. You're too lazy. You got to work.
Vamos a trabajar.
He said, let's go work. You just gave him 3 rounds.
Vamos, usted es el que manda allá arriba y él le tiene que respetar. Si no hacemos nada, él no nos va a respetar. Vamos a tirarle palos a ese tipo.
He says, the guy has got to respect you. If you don't throw anything, they're not going to respect you. Come on, throw
Venga,
some.
Julito, arriba con todo, coño.
Sugar Ray Leonard and Magic Johnson in the crowd here at the MGM Grand, side by side. I wonder what they think about this. And when was the last time we heard words like that?
Remember that
Chavez's
shoulder he
corner?
leans in?
Lazy and lack of respect.
Come on now.
Well,
You won that one. We need this one.
He
One round at a
cannot
time.
get respect from Frankie if he doesn't start putting some hard shots in. So far, he hasn't hit anything but the body real hard.
Well, let's see if that woke Chavez up as we head into round 4.
Well, he better start waking up. So that's one heck of a gamble.
Now he's frustrated, holding by Randall, cautioned by Richard Steele.
Yeah, and Randall was looking for a low blow call. Watch your head. Watch your head.
Chavez did hit him low, but Frankie grabbed him around the neck and kind of pushed him away, and that blow was helped and directed south.
He has to work there. Chavez is not working. See, that's not like Chavez.
He doesn't want to give Randall the room, so he's trying to crowd him, but he's not punching on the way in.
Yeah, but that's not him. I mean, that's not the way he fights. When he gets in close, he punches. And he hasn't done it. Now he's starting to step up. Uh-oh, Randall looked at his corner and went saying, hey, that'll hurt.
Right above us now. Randall against the ropes, turns around.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but as of right now, I have it a shutout against Chavez.
I do too.
And so does his corner.
Good shots by Chavez, coming back for the first time. Just as you say that.
Well, that's his corner telling him, hey, you just gave this guy a gift. Now let's start going. 3 rounds. Let's start.
Punching it out, punching it out.
Chavez seemingly taking this man for granted coming into this fight.
Almost as if building himself a little challenge. As if saying, well, ho-hum, I'm tired of just knocking out people. Let me get behind and see if I can come back.
And you know how dangerous that can be for a fighter.
Yeah.
Punch this out and get out.
You know, when you've had 90 fights and all of them have been victories except that one draw, you just tend to think it's going to happen every night. You know, oh,
right hand by Chavez got in.
I talked to Ferdy about this earlier. I said to him, watch the right hand. It was so keyed up on that left hook that I thought Chavez might try that. I was talking to Ferdy about that just before the fight. That's the punch that's hurt Frankie so far.
and that's the one that hit, and that's the one that hurt. Oh, there's another good hook by Chavez.
Legendary left hook of Chavez. There it is again. Another one. And suddenly things beginning to turn a little here in round 4.
Randall demonstrating that he is no quitter. He is punching
There's
back.
that hook again.
He's resilient. He's been hit clean with a lot of blows. And he is right in the thick of it.
And those punches economical. Another trademark of Chavez. Right hand missed by Julio. Countering combination to the head by Randall. Keeps going to the face. Big left miss by Chavez. Glancing blow.
Right,
This is Chavez's fight. He won't get tired doing this. This is what he wants to do. Can Randall keep this pace?
Yeah, he is now in the hunt. He is now in the hunt. And now he's starting to rock Frankie Randall, but Randall comes right back, relentless. Low blow by Chavez, and he goes upstairs.
We're going to do it, just relax. That round was about even now, all right? Keep your back off the ropes. Your fight is in the middle of the ring, Frank. All right? Yeah. He's getting leverage because you keep your back on the ropes now.
All right, let's see some early Chavez action that round. This is when he steps it up. This is how he gets in close and the hooks start raining in. And also, as Bobby pointed out, that right hand that he's been holding in reserve, he's letting it fly. Now, watch how Chavez late in the round is still working his man. See that punch right there? He's working his man. That is the kind of punishment that took apart Meldrick Taylor over a period of time.
Randall has no quitting. He'll come back. He's getting a punch. There's a borderline shot. He answers with a hook. Tries another one with the right hand. He's not going to quit. He's going to take this fight to Chavez. Again, a nice combination on the inside, landing the right hand. This is a fight.
Tremendous battle. Both guys always coming forward as we head into round 5.
Frankie Randall, must be said right now, it's only the beginning of the fight. But he has really acquitted himself well at the beginning. Everybody thought he was going to get blown out. Well, he hasn't. He thought he was going to outbox Chavez. Well, he did for 3 rounds. But now Chavez woke up, and it's back to championship action when Chavez is on the hunt.
Really don't think Julio Cesar Chavez thought he would be in this much of a fight when he entered the ring tonight against Frankie Randall. He's got himself a big task ahead of him now. Now both seem to be regrouping a bit. The jab by Chavez. Chavez doesn't cut much, just a little bit over the bridge of the nose from time to time, but haven't seen any evidence of that yet. He's gotten some good shots into his nose.
First 3 rounds were blistering. Now they slowed it a little. They both realized they have 12 rounds. And the pace was just too quick to keep for so long.
It was a frantic start. But here they go again. Body shots by Frankie Randall. And those are getting Julio's attention.
I think in the first round, when Chavez came out so quick, Randall would have been content to move in box and take it slow, but he forced the fight. Randall got his attention in a hurry.
Well, the thing about Chavez is he digs into his punches. I mean, he is there, he follows you, and then when he gets you within range, he digs in. And he doesn't mind taking a shot in the counterpunch. I mean, the man has some kind of an iron jaw.
Using his experience here at the age of 32, he doesn't seem to be intimidated at all.
No, and it's his last chance, remember? And this is his glory right here. I mean, we say last chance for this kind of action, but if he looks this good for a lot longer, he makes himself an opponent. He can fight some more.
About 15 seconds ago, Randall switched to southpaw just for a brief period, a couple of combinations. Something I don't think will be real effective for him here today.
Hard body shots now by Chavez, just aiming for the gut. Now he goes to the head. But Randall comes out of it relatively unscathed.
Chavez chopping down his opponent. That's what he does best. Chop him down the side.
Accumulate the effect on the low blow by Chavez. The accumulative effect usually works to Chavez's advantage.
He has deceptively heavy hands, and they do damage when they hit your body.
Agarra aire, respirando.
Está bien, nada más usted le está poniendo muy bien, estamos subiendo.
Respirando. Respirando.
Now they're happy. They said, now you're doing it. Step up the warfare a little bit. You won that round. You're going good. Now let's watch how Chavez chops down a fighter. Hooks to the head. There's that hook to the side. Left hook to the side again. I mean, he just doesn't pardon you any. I mean, there's no way that you can hope to get away from him when he gets in close. even though Randall fought back nicely, still he loses.
Here you see him going to work the body again. I think he'll let one fly a little south of the border. Close, but south.
Venga, campeón. Venga, campeón. Venga, campeón. Venga, campeón.
Look at that look. That's a look of a lion before they open the cage. I mean,
It really is as we head into round 6. Randall eager to get out there. Chavez remaining on the stool. Oh, good combination by Randall to the head.
Randall throws some really crisp, classic combinations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He throws some nice punches. He mixes them up, hooks, uppercuts, right hands. He really is a good fighter.
Chavez taking punishment, then dishing it back. Just standing right in there.
Randall doesn't want to be on the ropes. What he wants to do is keep the fight in the center of the ring, constantly turning Chavez. Chavez, to his credit, is a strong form. Pressuring him, pushing him, getting him on the ropes from time to time.
And he sticks to you like a postage stamp. He just sticks right there. And he doesn't mind taking a few shots to pay rent for being there either.
But Randall can really take a punch.
And has been handling himself extremely well. He's punching very intelligently, as Bobby said. Not perhaps as hard as Chavez. Chavez, you get the feeling, is doing damage with his punches. His hands are heavy. Whereas the other guy is landing, doing points, but not really damage.
Chavez looking to go into his Rocky Marciano routine and just wear Randall down and try to go in for the kill later.
A couple of good body shots there. I sense a little starch, a little air leave Frankie Randall's body, but look at him fire back.
Right to the belly by Chavez.
That's the stuff of champions. That side attack that Whitaker took away from Chavez by moving away from him, not allowing him to hold him like a postage stamp. I mean, that's the beauty of Pernell Whitaker's fight, was he took the angles away from him, and he wouldn't let him get close. So Randall saw that, tried to implement that, but it's a different ballgame when you don't have the talents of Pernell Whitaker.
And a bomb from long range by Chavez. Now Chavez in close, giving Randall no leverage. Landing with a left uppercut is Chavez. But Randall stays right in there and fights back.
He's countering beautifully, showing nice right hands, he's blocking what he can, deflecting some. There you see it, 2, 3 left hands, another left and a right. He is doing what he has to do to win this fight.
For Randall, it's like punching a rock when he goes to the head of Chavez.
Another 3, 4, 5 punch combination, all landing, most of them finding the mark perfectly.
Look at this toe-to-toe action. Furious exchange. It is not letting up as we head for the bell in round 6. Chavez with Randall in the corner just above us. Chavez airing it out. Randall spins him around. No. What a finish.
Get back to the fight plan, Frank. Don't get cocky. All right? No need to getting cocky in there, all right? Come on now. Suck it up. You're winning, Frank. You're winning,
doing great, son. You're doing great.
Now get back to the fight plan.
You're staying with it. You're staying with it.
We're in
Now
round
this
7.
is where Julio Cesar Chavez flourishes. This is his garden right here. Here is what he wants. He wants toe-to-toe, because when he lands, he hurts. When the other guy lands, it's just points. And so what he's doing is going toe-to-toe. That's macho.
Here you see an overview of it from up top. This is where Chavez has always been so effective with all his opponents. He has been the least amount of effective against Frankie as he has against anybody else. Randall has put some punches home in the same place where Chavez actually wants to be.
Blistering action in that last round. Now, wait a minute. Richard Steele says go back to the corner. Julio, might be some loose tape. It is.
Yeah, it is.
Just take the rubber off. Take the rubber off.
Who does the rest help the most here? I say Randall.
I think it's too early in the game to really care, Bobby. It's the 6th round. Yeah, but this guy's in such good. Look at that body. He's not an ounce of fat. Frankie Randall is in good shape. He's fought an intelligent fight.
Here we go, round 7. says Richard Steele in the direction of Frankie Randall.
And while the scales are tipping in Julio's direction at point level, they're exactly even on my scorecard after 6 rounds, 57 to 57. I mean, they're even.
I have Frankie Randall still slightly ahead, but not by a lot. I thought he did most of the work in the last round, which would have pulled Chavez even. I thought he did more of the work early, and he held it even enough late to keep the round.
Chavez continues the attack, but Randall has other ideas. From the inside, Randall landing. Another frantic exchange. Chavez, though, getting the better of it. But back comes Randall with a swift right hand.
Randall is answering. Every time Chavez throws, he's answering. Maybe they're not as hard, but sometimes they're more up it.
Yeah, there's 2 and 3 to 1. I mean, that's some equation. I mean, Chavez is wearing him out, but he's answering. Boy, there is. He came prepared to fight this Frankie Randall, and you got to admire this kid. He really came to fight.
Frankie Randall battling for a dream here at the age of 32. His first world title shot, and doing a superb job against the legendary Julio Cesar Chavez.
And don't think for a minute he isn't getting a king-size pummeling, because he is. But boy, the kid has got something in his socks. He is holding his own against these bombs of Julio Cesar Chavez.
Chavez is going to remember Frankie Randall's name in the morning, too. That I can guarantee you.
He must be starting to think, there any easy fighters up in front.
This is no Tijuana taxi driver, as Greg Haugen would put it.
And then some.
Mexico is the chant from the crowd, trying to urge on Chavez.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that punching machine there.
Low blow by Chavez, and that time it really got to Randall. He'll take time out. And a point is deducted from Chavez.
Uh-oh is right. We're going to have another one of those classic controversies.
Another one of these nights.
You okay?
Randall says, I'm all right. Let's continue.
Let's go. Keep him up.
Oh, good left hand there by Randall. He snuck it in. Another left by Randall. Look at Randall go. Back comes Chavez. Back comes Randall.
Unbelievable. What a fight. He's fighting Chavez's fight, and he's keeping it almost as even as can be.
Wow, what a round for Randall. He just kept it up, and he got a bonus point for it. Wow. Now that changes things. All right, let's take a look at that low blow and see if it's worth the point in this close fight. Oh, yeah. That is low. That is low. But look what happened. But look what happens afterwards, Bobby. Go.
They're the kind that hurt. Right up underneath. I'll tell you what. That punch, sometimes a delayed reaction when you get hit up top. I guess down below, too.
Yeah, but listen to how they close at the end of the round. Bobby, is this not great action?
Oh, this is terrific. It's just give and take, give and take. And again, Randall is countering each of Chavez's punches. And he's answering every call. And this is just tremendous action.
It has been explosive. Round 8, scheduled for 12. Extremely close.
And now it gets tough because they gave him an extra point and you won the round anyway. And so now we got some kind of problem for that gift of those first 3 rounds is going to come back, is coming back to haunt Julio Cesar Chavez. He better get started.
He's trying right here.
I think Randall's been weakened a little bit by some of the body blows. I see just a pinch less steam on the punches, and I can see him just reacting to the punches getting hit a little more each time.
Grim determination now on the face of the champion.
Well, the corner must have unknown what we all know. He must be behind. I have him behind 67 to 65. Julio Cesar Chavez behind for the first time in I don't know how long. He is behind, and at the benefit of Richard Steele's gift of a point. And Randall's incessant battling back. Give Randall credit.
Frankie Randall trying to pull off the highly improbable here tonight with an upset over Julio Cesar Chavez. Still a ways to go, though. Chavez stumbles. Randall tries to take advantage. Chavez with his hands down low.
Chavez missed a big punch over Frankie's head and just kind of nonchalantly fell into the ropes, and Randall chased him, and he still doesn't look like he's right. He looks like he's hurt.
He's not hurt as much as tired. Not hurt as much as tired. As much as, I did all I can. I better rest a little bit.
Or he could be just trying to lure Frankie Randall in for a little more of the war.
Yeah, you never know with Chavez. He could be playing possum, or his gas tank could be near empty.
Well, that hardly ever happens to Chavez. If it does empty, it fills up in about another round because he's got great recuperative powers.
Well, he came out big early, won all the early round. Now he's kind of slacked off a little bit.
Good right hand, short twist right. Now combinations by Randall.
And Chavez is in fight.
What a right hand by Randall.
Just when you think you got an easy night, guess what? Tough night in the desert.
What Randall needs to do on the inside here are the uppercuts. Uppercuts, because Chavez is digging low. Real low with his head, real low with his punches. He needs to rip the uppercuts and come over the top again.
Chance of USA, chance of Mexico. Unbelievable atmosphere here at the MGM.
And Frankie just keeps pounding. He keeps pounding, and all of those are point makers.
He is letting it fly. He is not holding anything back.
Frankie Randall is living a dream right now. Randall continues to unload. Back comes Chavez. Randall, though, undaunted. And Richard Steele finally has to break it up with the bell.
Best round, your best round. Come on. That was your best round, Frankie.
You got him. He's getting tired, Frank. He's what we wanted. Now start digging them shots to his body. What round is that? 9.
Slow.
9. All right? Dig in that gut now.
Vamos, póngale vaselina ahí. Vamos, campeón.
What's winning these rounds is this non-stop punching. Sometimes he hits, sometimes he doesn't, but boy, that's got to impress the judges. Look how many do land. And those are all point builders. Remember, this is right now, he's losing on points, and he's losing by 3 points unofficially on my scorecard. So, Bobby, take a look at how Frankie handles this.
Chavez came out strong, but he finished basically in a fizzle. He did nothing. He just walks here. You see a little cut on the bridge of the nose. He's just getting tattooed, and he's not punching.
There's that cut on the nose we previewed earlier. What compelling, stirring action as we head into round 9. The crowd at a fever pitch. The decibel level is so high.
Yeah, because this is one of the big upsets of this decade. If this kid, unheralded against anybody any good, comes in here and handles Chavez as he's handled him so far, out-punching him, out-thinking him, out-slicking him. Wow, what is Frankie Randall thinking about? He's got to think that his heaven is in his hands.
If you look in the eyes of both fighters, right now the concentration factor is all Frankie Randall. Chavez has more of a kind of a worried, confused look than the concentrated look you see in the eyes of Frankie Randall.
Well, he's got to be thinking, hey, this is what happened to me about Whitaker. He won't stop and fight, and when he does, he's out speeding me.
What were the odds of a Randall upset in this fight? Frankie Randall's first world title fight. But Chavez, number 28.
Huge. Got to be huge.
Julio Cesar Chavez was a 15-to-1 favorite on the boards in the hotel here, the MGM Grand, just as the fight went off. 15-to-1, minus 1,500 to win on Chavez.
Loose tape, Frankie Randall.
Let's go.
And Chavez could certainly use the blow.
And move right. All right? Come on. Go to his box first. Go to his box.
We could be witnessing the end of an era. And a chance of Mexico. the bridge of Chavez nose. Nothing new. Randall on his toes, on the balls of his feet. Very spry, very sharp.
He's landing that jab regularly, and the right hand is getting home. I'm surprised that Chavez hasn't been able to stop some of those right hands from landing so clean.
Well, he didn't stop with Whitaker, and he's not stopping him with this guy. And the one thing that surprises me most is not the energy that Randall is showing, because he's buoyed by this upset possibility, but the lack of boxing spirit, the lack of strength of Chavez. He hasn't got that long to go. This is no 15-round fight. This is a 12-round fight, and he's in a deep hole. You better get worried. You better get doing more than this.
3 rounds left after this. Chavez going to the body of Randall. Again, Randall undaunted by it. Slipped right out of there. No trouble.
Build up a few points, but again, Randall, when he gets on the outside, throws the jab. Those easy combinations, boom, boom, boom. Points come right back.
Bobby, do you see the strength of Chavez weakening? He's not landing the hard bodies. I mean, they don't have that speed.
He just got hand by Randall.
He just got caught with 2 terrific right hands. He doesn't have the strength he used to have, not only in this fight, but in previous fights. That body put through all of those fights in that short time, well, 13 years from, not short time, but 90 fights. It maybe take its toll all in this past year.
Quietos ahí, tranquilo, respira hondo. Respira hondo. Darle agua, quita. Déjame trabajar, Julio. Tú respira hondo y déjame trabajar a mí. Respira hondo. Sube.
Good Randall action here. Remember, this is one part of the fight, but look at that right hand that landed just then. There's another one, that one missed. But you see how fast Randall is now at this time, and how slow Julio is in exchange. Bobby.
As I mentioned before, watch. He throws a punch, boom, he answers. Randall is answering the call every time. There's an again. He's answering the call and finishing the combination. And it's what's making him win this fight so far. Chavez is approaching that never leaves, Steve.
Well, we're in the land of Oz. We are also into the championship rounds. Does Julio Cesar Chavez have the recuperative power to come back against Frankie Randall?
Well, he needs all these 3 rounds. He needs all of them.
No holding break.
Wait on.
Now Frankie Randall becoming a little more elusive. Bobbing and weaving, trying to keep his distance.
He shouldn't do that. What got him here was that he's out slicking out, speeding, and wearing out Chavez. If he starts getting cute, Chavez will come forward and eat him up. He's used to eating people up to run from him.
Another big low blow by Chavez. The referee missed it, but Frankie Randall felt it.
Frankie didn't miss it, huh?
No, he didn't miss that one.
Frankie Randall has gone past 10 rounds once. He's been 10 rounds 6 times and 12 rounds only once.
In the face of that highly questionable Whitaker decision, this is going to be an interesting decision if it goes well.
On our unofficial scorecards, Chavez clearly needs a knockout here, but don't forget the Meldrick Taylor scenario, same referee. What an unbelievable tie-in.
Oh, and I hope it doesn't come to that, because I don't know if we could stand the riot in here.
Oh. Now Randall going back to the attack a little more.
But Randall not attacking as much as he had before, letting Chavez do some of the assault. Now he's on the attack. I don't know what Chavez is thinking about. He better win this round big.
Chavez is a combination of frustrated and tired, and that's not Julio Cesar Chavez, not the one that we know.
You never know what's going through Chavez's mind. After all, he thought he beat Pernell Whitaker.
You know, in the interviews, when he said, I didn't think I beat him outright, that's a funny thing for him to say. And he thought he carried the fight so much so he should have got the decision. He didn't think he beat him outright, says to me. He knows he got nipped that day.
Well, that's the first admission.
In the meantime, things continue to heat up here with Chavez carrying the edge of the action right now. It would be a shame for Frankie Randall, as great as he fought, to get cautious now.
He continues to hang in there, though.
He's hanging in, but he's losing around because all of the fighting is being done by Chavez. I tell you what, if Chavez wins these next 3 rounds, I bet they don't take the fight away from him. These next 2 rounds, I'm sorry.
I agree with you.
Oh, nice right hand. And that's it. That's one. That's one in the bag.
We are here at the MGM Grand Garden, the first ever boxing event at this beautiful new arena, 15,200 capacity.
You want to be champ, Frank?
Outstanding crowd on hand, witnessing what could be a monumental upset.
The belt's right there to be taken, man.
I'm going to win it, man.
We got 6 minutes, baby.
I'm going to win it.
Come on now.
That round was a tie. That round was a tie, Frankie. That's all right. I'm still waiting to fight. Yes, sir. You're still winning.
Hey, the tape is coming loose on this club.
Okay.
Tape it up.
Okay.
Estos rounds le van a demostrar la diferencia de quién es él y quién es usted. Estos 2 rounds nos dan la medida y que hay que ganarlos los dos.
He's seeing it just
Así
like
que
we
vamos a
are. He's
empezar
got
ganando
to win these 2 rounds.
Los 2 cojones, tirando los golpes, tirando combinaciones, bajándose y boxeando. Vamos a hacerlo, Julio.
You've got to win these 2 rounds or you lose the fight. In Frankie's corner, they're saying, we got this fight won. Just keep doing what you're doing. They knew they blew that round. They called it even a little bit to help when you call it even, you lost it.
I agree with you, Freddie. I think that they did that just to help the fighter's confidence.
Sure. I mean, he knows he took the round off.
Here we go, round 11. And Chavez summon up the energy and come from behind. He's got to win these last 2 rounds or knock out Randall, it would seem.
On my scorecard, I have Frankie Randall 2 points ahead with the point that was taken. And there's another low blow. But right now, this fight could wind up being a draw very easily on my scorecard.
Just going to say.
I've got it by one point for Randall, 95-94, and I'm certainly not real secure about that. You can argue back and forth because Frankie has put on a great show. Depends on how the judges are looking at it, how much consideration they're giving Chavez because he's a champion going for 100.
Well, win, lose, or draw, Frankie Randall's stock goes up. No question about that.
Frankie's showing some signs of the wear and tear now, of the pace, of the punches, of the fatigue, and all the energy he's put out.
Oh, he's going to try to take it around. Oh!
He hit him low, but I'll tell you what, there's a world championship being taken away as we sit here.
Another one.
You got to keep him up. You got to keep him up.
Julio Cesar Chavez very, very upset at Richard Steele.
You ready?
It seems like Richard Steele is intimately associated with Chavez's career. I mean, he gave him the Meldrick Taylor. Now he's going to take this away by taking 2 points. And this close a fight? No, sir.
You trying to reverse history?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's trying to pay a debt, I guess. No.
Back comes Chavez with a reckless abandon.
You know, some of the rounds that were fairly close, Frankie Randall may feel now he has got a nice, comfortable lead and not do enough to win any one of these last 2 rounds. It could cost him a draw very well.
Well, this, for example, he was losing and all he needed to do was win 1 more round, and he's either got a draw or he wins the fight, Chavez. Now, with a point taken away, Chavez is in a deep hole up to his nose and stuff.
Now he may have to go in for the KO.
And Frankie may well just give away that last round thinking that he's ahead.
Well, Chavez has certainly carried the fight this last round. I had him winning the round. The point makes it an even round. Frankie's doing what he has to keep him off, but not enough to win the round.
Oh, down goes Chavez for the first time in his career.
Unbelievable.
Flush on the face.
And now it's goodbye title, Bobby.
He is in trouble. Look at his legs. This is unbelievable.
18 seconds to go in the 11th. Can he make it through this round? He's backing up against Randall, the first man to put Julio Cesar Chavez on the canvas. 5 seconds.
What a round!
The fight is on!
Hace la mano, hace la mano. Agua por la cabeza. No pasa nada, campeón. No pasa nada, agua por la cabeza. Agua por aquí. Mírame, mírame. Campeón, vamos a por este hijo de puta ahora, ¿ok? Aquí ya no vale nada, vamos a ganar la pelea.
This is a shocking round. This is one of the most surprising rounds. Oh, look at this. Right on the button, a right hand, and that's something no one expected to see tonight, Bobby.
Chavez got a little bit lazy here, Ferdy. He's walking to him, hands up, puts him down, opens his hands up, right down the middle. And that's what Frankie Randall was talking about. Surprise, surprise.
He said it to us, and he's got it. But what we did know is the man can punch. I saw all of his fights in Tampa, Florida. He fought 6 or 7 fights there. The man can punch.
There was never more urgency in the eyes of Julio Cesar Chavez. 12th and final round. His championship on the line. Frankie Randall, his first world title shot, looking for this monumental upset.
This makes Simon Brown's upset of Terry Norris second potatoes.
There will be protests and everybody going crazy when this fight's over. If Chavez loses, the referee is going to come under fire again. I think Richard Steele, the first time was a little quick. The second time, there were 4 or 5 low blows that he let go by and warned, he let go by, and then all of a sudden again, he just reacted with the point.
But Bobby, that knockdown saved Steele from any controversy. Because with the knockdown, forget about it. He couldn't win anyway.
I think without the points being taken away now, that the fight is still at least a 2-point fight for Randall going into this round, and it's his fight.
Let me tell you, if this is a draw, or if he loses this fight, I want to go attack the judges.
Now comes the argument, though, if he started getting careless because he was desperate with the points, did that contribute to his sloppiness?
Hey, this is the last round, and nothing is happening. This is the last round, and Chavez is not chasing him and killing him. So we can safely think that Chavez has lost an awful lot of steam with that knockdown. He is not coming forth like the champion he has been to win.
Fellas, we might be watching history. Halfway through the 12th round.
Do I see a Pernell Whitaker, Frankie Randall fight on the horizon?
I don't know, but Pernell Whitaker must be sitting home saying, why didn't I do that? Why didn't I get that luck?
Well, as we talked about earlier, I said Randall might not be as quick, but he had a little more power, and he demonstrated it here tonight.
It is truly amazing that this is not a blazing go-forth round by Chavez, because he must know that he has lost this fight, and he is not coming forth to get Frankie. And Frankie has no reason to fight this round except to let it pass.
Frankie Randall continues to work on that dream. He could be 50 seconds away from it. Randall fighting a brilliant fight tonight against the legendary Julio Cesar Chavez, who could be on the threshold of his first ever defeat. Chavez knocked down in the 11th round for the first time in his career. Randall remains elusive.
He has no reason to fight. He has no reason to fight.
10 seconds to a dream.
Could we stand the draw?
Look at this scene. Frankie Randall being mobbed by his corner people, saying, we did it, we did it. He could be the new champion of the world.
Take a deep breath.
And a smile from Julio Cesar Chavez, who was put on the canvas for the first time in his career in the 11th round by this man, Frankie Randall. Chavez in jeopardy of suffering his first defeat after going 89-0-1. Frankie Randall in pursuit of that dream, his first world title shot at the age of 32.
I did it! Good God gave me the will. I did it. Nobody better believe me. I've been through hell, came back.
All right, let's take a look at that low blow that cost him a point. Started to turn this fight around. What it did to Randall, I don't know, because after that, he was the one that inflicted the knockdown, much as Troy Waters did, or rather Gerald McClellan did, when he got knocked down with a low blow, got up and knocked out Julian Jackson. Must be something beneficial to low blows.
I don't
And here,
think there's
let's look
anything
at
beneficial
right
to low
hand.
blows. There it is. It's right on the button. It's classic 1-2. It's Joe Louis 1-2. Here you see him again. He's coming back. Randall's backing up, and Chavez just comes and gets sloppy, opens his gloves, and he jumps and fires one right down the pipe.
One more look at the great Julio Cesar Chavez going down. Flush on the face. Here we go. Let's get the decision from our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of boxing here at the MGM Grand Garden, we have a split decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Chuck Jumpa scores about 116-111, Frankie Randall. Judge at ringside, Abraham Chavarria scores about 114-113, Julio Cesar Chavez. Judge at ringside, Angel Luis Guzman scores about 114-113 in favor of the winner and new champion, Frankie, the Surgeon Randall.
A disconsolate Julio Cesar Chavez suffering his first loss ever. And the dream for Frankie the Surgeon Randall now becomes a reality. A split decision for the veteran Frankie Randall in his first world title shot. And he fought brilliantly against the former champion Julio Cesar Chavez. Frankie Randall's the new champ. Let's go up to the fight doctor.
You said you had a surprise. Was that it?
That was a surprise. I worked hard. I dedicated myself to the sport. I always kept faith in God. God gave me the talent. I worked hard. A lot of people counted me off. I had a lot of problems through my life. But Don King and his family, they stuck beside me, gave me the opportunities. I can't thank anybody anymore.
All right, I'm going to show you.
I want to say hello to Carly back home, Orwell, Ohio, baby.
Let me show you. Let me show you something that's going to stick with you for the rest of your life. Take a look at this, and you could see something that nobody expected to ever see tonight, or maybe ever.
Y'all know that I'm a dangerous puncher. I'm a boxer puncher. My trainer, Dick King, back in Marshtown, gave me this talent. He worked with me. He stuck with me when I was amateur. My man.
One more look. One more look.
Perfect right hand. I've been hitting with him all night, but I just knew I had to just take it right behind the right hand. He started coming in right straight ahead and didn't fear my punches anymore. So I figured I'd get him up under the range and just start throwing punches.
You know, this is right after they took the point away from low blows. Do low blows make you stronger?
No, they make me just go back out there and work a little harder and don't let him take my fortitude away. I know that was what he wanted to do, break my heart, my spirit, but I had a great team of great people who worked beside me and stuck with me. Through grace of God, I won you.
As
we say hello to my little boy back in Tennessee, Marcus. I love you, buddy.
As we came in, you said to your little boy here, are you proud of me?
Yes, I'm proud of these little kids here. They stuck beside me in Orwell training camp. This is Carl King's nephew, and this is people that made my career successful. Without these, thank Dr. Hill for his support, and all the people back in his office, and all the people back in Marshtown that believed in me. I made it, and I've done it. I proved it. I went through hell getting here, but the hell ain't too hot, baby. I got it.
Well, now do you think a rematch, which of course everybody's going to call for, would be any different when you fight him again? Now that you know,
the man's a great champ. You can't take nothing away from him. I had words in my heart for this man. He's a well-rounded champion. I trained hard. I dedicated myself to it. If the rematch come about, then so be it. I worked hard, and I'll work hard again. the man deserves a rematch. If it was a rematch, then let it be.
All right, let's throw it back to Steve for some final comments in the absence of Don King, who cannot tell us what's going to happen next.
All right, Ferdy, a spectacular, stirring upset by veteran Frankie Randall. His dream is answered, but for Julio Cesar Chavez, Bobby, his dream of reaching 100 victories is shattered.
That dream is shattered, but I'll tell you what, I don't think the controversy is over. I believe that we will find aftermath upon aftermath upon aftermath. But what a performance by Frankie Randall. I tip my hat to him.
Well, Bobby, the fight doctor isn't through yet. Let's get back into the ring. Gladys, let's ask him, is he shocked by this result?
Realmente sí, yo creo que Richie Steele ya la traían conmigo, querían que perdiera de una forma. La caída fue, realmente me agarró de salida, la verdad, pero no se puede ganar la pelea en una sola caída, por favor.
I think Richard Steele did well. He doesn't agree with that. He says that you can't judge a fight by one fall, that is not the right way, but this is how it happens sometimes.
Why did he start so slow? He gave away the first 3 rounds.
Bueno, diles, yo estaba haciendo mi pelea, él estaba golpeándome el cuerpo, pero no me estaba haciendo nada.
He was doing his fight, fighting his fight. The guy was hitting him in the body, but he wasn't hurting him.
Mi golpeo era más contundente que el de él, dile.
His punch was a lot stronger than Randall.
Solamente la caída porque me agarró de salida.
The fall is when he punched him as he was moving out and he lost balance.
¿Cómo va a ganar la pelea él? ¿De dónde va a ganar la pelea?
How can he win the fight? From where?
Entonces, la revancha tiene que venir y usted tiene que ganar.
La revancha tiene que ser obligatoria.
Perdón.
Obligatoria, no te la das, por favor, Julio.
Don King tiene que... Estoy muy enojado con el Consejo Mundial de Boxeo, definitivamente.
Este es el round donde aquí here's the round where they took away 1 point for a low blow.
Le descantaron un punto.
Okay, feel it. Ahí.
¿De dónde es el golpe aquí?
He says, why?
No le pegué hasta abajo.
Mira el golpe, que lo den otra vez. A ver, no existe el golpe. El golpe no existe.
Buffalo says there is no such blow. The champion is saying it was right at the belt line. We were hitting each other like that all night long. Why a point then? Why point then? And no one has the answer to that.
Tiene que hacer una reclamación y la revancha tiene que ser obligatoria. Nada de por favor.
That low blow cost him a draw in the paper.
Quiero una pelea obligatoria, pues si no el Consejo Mundial.
He wants a rematch. That's all that he wanted.
At this point, a rematch is the only thing that will settle this sort of mess. And so, the man who can do it, the man who can do it, standing there.
This is what the best fighting the best does. This is where it should be. The decision should be in the ring. Julio Cesar Chavez will get a rematch. It would be no problem with that. So this is what we do at SET Kingvision. Put the best against the best. No one knows. It's unpredictable, as I've been saying all along. You never know the outcome of the fight. This is great. And it's the way Tony Cox and I are playing and put great fights on. You never know what the outcome will be. But you know the fans get guaranteed customer satisfaction.
Well, it's certainly been a night of surprises and tough action. None bigger than this. Maybe the biggest upset of this decade.
Dile que Richard Steele es un fuck you, dile, porque él fue quedar bien con la pelea, dile.
He's very upset with Richard Steele. He feels that Richard Steele was taking away points, which was absolutely wrong, that the public can see what happened here. He wants to sue him.
All right, understandably upset. Let's go back to ringside because there is no court of final appeals here, but in the ring in a rematch.
All right, thank you very much. Holligan, just a half-inch height advantage.
Barrett, Larry